Imagine a fight so monumental that nobody, win or lose, comes out looking bad. That's exactly how Alex Pereira sees a potential showdown with the legendary Jon Jones. Is he right, though? Fresh off his electrifying knockout victory over Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 320, reclaiming the light heavyweight championship, Pereira finds himself at a career crossroads. He's got options galore. He could defend his hard-earned title against the surging Carlos Ulberg, a fight that promises fireworks. But here's where it gets controversial. The allure of heavyweight beckons. The Superfight against interim champ Tom Aspinall. Or even more tantalizing, a clash with the returning Jon Jones. Jones, despite hinting at retirement earlier this year, has publicly expressed interest in facing Pereira, even aiming for a comeback at a hypothetical UFC White House event next June. Pereira believes this mutual interest is a strong indicator that the fight could actually materialize, if the UFC matchmakers are serious about making it happen. He even stated the urgency in booking the fight, implying they don't have time to waste. The timing, according to Pereira, seems almost divinely ordained for a move up in weight. He could potentially achieve something truly unprecedented, becoming a UFC champion in 3 different weight divisions. Think about the implications. I've always talked about this fight, about moving up to heavyweight, Pereira explained. But then I said to myself, man, stay in your weight class. I cared about my health, etc. But I'm 38 now, and at the same time, I'm thinking about my career. I think that's the fight which needs to happen. Even Jon Jones was talking about this fight. That's what he said in his interview the other day, right? Pereira's resume already reads like a highlight reel of combat sports dominance. He conquered Glory Kickboxing, becoming a 2-division champion. He then replicated that feat in MMA, famously knocking out his longtime rival Israel Adesanya to seize the middleweight title at UFC 281. And then, he added the vacant light heavyweight title to his collection, with a brutal second-round knockout of Giri Prohaska at UFC 291. While he lost the immediate rematch against Adesanya, he successfully defended his 205-pound belt 3 times in 2025 before facing Ankalaev. Now, consider this. Jones, despite his undeniable greatness, has a complicated record. A disqualification is his only official loss. A win over Daniel Cormier was overturned due to a failed drug test. Handing Jones a definitive, undisputed defeat would catapult Pereira into the stratosphere of MMA legends. And this is the part most people miss. Pereira believes that even a loss wouldn't diminish either fighter's legacy. Such is the magnitude of the matchup. I think the same way he does, Pereira said. We're both big names. No matter what happens, nobody loses in this fight. But is this true? Could a loss actually benefit either fighter? Top stories, fight. Brendan Allen is bringing some serious personal heat into his fight with Reiner de Ridder this Saturday at UFC Vancouver, revealing why he refused to train with the guy. Trilogy? Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman are set to reignite their rivalry, but this time they'll trade leather in the boxing ring. Ailment. Alex Pereira claims he was battling even more physical challenges than Magomed Ankalaev heading into their rematch. It's hard to imagine. Forever. Ronda Rousey suggests that fighters never really leave the fight game behind. Boo! The Ali Revival Act provisions are making headway, but some former UFC fighters are pushing back. Video Stew. Dive into the latest episode of Between the Links. MMA Fighting's Damon Martin chats with Brendan Allen ahead of his main event clash at UFC Vancouver. Watch Alexander Volkanovski roll with grappling wizard Craig Jones. Catch all the action from the UFC Vancouver ceremonial weigh-in. Social media bouillabaisse. Chris Weidman. Maybe we didn't want a rematch that badly. Chainsaw Max Holloway is always entertaining. Is Caio Borralho the next big thing? Everyone needs a friend like Glover Teixeira. History in the making. Is this AI or reality? You decide. Final thoughts. I should be more excited about Alex Pereira versus Jon Jones. I can't shake the feeling that something's missing. Am I secretly rooting for Carlos Ulberg? Am I impatient and just don't want to wait until June for Pereira to fight again? Or do I simply wish Jones would retire for good this time? Exit poll. Got ideas for future morning reports? Let @AlexanderKlee or @JedKMeshu know on Twitter. Don't forget to follow MMA Fighting on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook.